Hey, welcome to my LMP2 Algarve lap guide for Le Mans Ultimate. I really enjoy driving this car around this track. It's got a heap of downforce and in some cases it almost feels like you're driving on rails. Down towards the first turn we're going to start going down the hill a little bit, and we're looking for that white line that I marked down screen there. We're going to be braking about a car length before that, before the track flattens up, and then trailing towards the inside. We're going to lift off the brakes and make sure we avoid hitting that sausage curb, the yellow sausage curb. Get close to it, make sure the front's gripping up, then get back on throttle again, then carry your speed to the outside. Don't step too far onto this curb. You can actually invalidate your lap quite easily going too far onto this outside curb here. Now, we start braking pretty much as we get parallel with this white line on the left. There's also a white line that goes across the ground where I've pointed out in the distance, but you'll be braking 3 to 4 car lengths before that. Now, slow the car right down. Don't carry too much speed in because it's easy to go a little wide here. And you can touch the sausage curb on the inside, just don't go too much over it, and then bring the car back towards the outside, towards the right here to open up your entry line for the left. You really do have to bring it out, otherwise you won't be able to go flat through here. If you go out wide on entry, you'll be able to take this turn flat out, and you'll have to use some of the inside curb. If you end up going a little wider than the inside curb, you'll probably end up having to lift, or you'll go outside the track limits. On exit, again, just make sure you keep your left side wheels on the curb. If you go further out, then you'll invalidate the lap. So yeah, you can take that turn flat, just make sure you get your line precise. Now into this hairpin, we're looking for the 100 board on the right, and we're going to be braking just a little bit before that, and then slowing the car right down again. We don't want to carry too much speed into this turn. And I'll zoom in here because it's really awkward with the view in this car. Come close to the inside curb. Try not get onto the curb because the track's cambered and the curb seems to be flat, so you have a little bit more grip just staying on the actual track. And then getting on throttle on exit, carry your speed all the way to the outside. You can use all the exit curb there. Obviously, just don't step outside of the exit curb and you'll be fine. Now down towards the next turn, we're looking for a white line that goes across the track, and we're going to be braking about 2 car lengths after, and we're not going to brake too hard. We just want to reduce our speed to get through this first apex. Then we might want to touch the throttle again right about here just to pick up a little bit more speed, and then brake again just before we get to that white line going across the ground on exit there, and then parallel with this white line and then trailing in towards the inside here. Now this turn we want to have a later apex. Don't get onto the curb too early. You want to carry some speed in, but if you carry too much in, you'll just go wide. And on exit, this is similar to the very first, or the exit of the very first turn. If you go too much onto the exit curb, you'll invalidate your lap, so keep closer towards the white line there. Now we move up the hill to one of the harder braking points, but there's this marshal post, or this marshal box on the left that I marked out as the braking reference. We're going to be braking a little bit before that and braking in a straight line, not too hard. We don't want to lock our inside wheels, and then trailing and getting all the way to the apex over here. Now you can use the inside curb, just don't cut too far over it because it's kind of bumpy and you don't want to get in the grass because you'll lose traction. Then carry your speed towards the outside, balance your steering and throttle inputs. Now for this next turn, it's a little harder to spot our braking point. We have this white line that goes across the ground on the outside, and also that service road on the left that I've marked out. We want to brake a few car lengths before those, parallel with the outside curb. Again, looking towards the inside. We want to keep off of that inside curb because it's quite bumpy. So trail in, get close to the curb, but don't get onto it. At least that's what I found is better. Yeah, and getting on the inside curb could reduce your traction on exit, so I'd just avoid it. Now, for this turn, we're braking about a car length before that grass ends, or where that red paint is on the left there, which I've marked out. And then we're going to have an earlier apex here. We're not going to double apex this turn. We're going to come in quite tight initially, get towards the inside curb, then not go too far out, and then we're going to start getting our throttle, carrying our car, our momentum towards the outside of the track. Now step a little bit outside of the track, keep your right side wheels on the curb, just to open up our entry line for this final turn. And it's possible to take this flat, but I wouldn't recommend it. Have a little lift here, and you can cut over this inside curb a bit. If you take it flat, or if you keep trying to, you'll probably burn out the tyres, and there's a chance you'll just go wide on exit anyway. So have a little lift there, then get hard back on throttle and commit to the turn. You'll know if you're carrying too much speed in or turning too hard if your tyres on the bottom right are going red for a sustained period. Then on the exit, make sure you keep your right side wheels within the curb, and then you're flat towards the line. The finish line's a little later down the straight here. And this lap was a 1:34.2, and I really enjoyed that lap. It's quite a fun combination to drive. Now, I'll play through the lap again without all the interruptions, as I always do, and then at the end of the lap, we'll look through the pit entry guide. It's actually a little bit more difficult than I thought it might be, but yeah, see you at the end of the lap. for the pit entry, we're going to look for the broken white line on the right side of the track. We're looking for the 6th white line from the red paint in the distance there, and we're braking just before that white line, the 6th one. Then hard on the brakes initially, then lifting a little bit as we turn and go over the crest, then harder again, and then we're going to lift again as our downforce reduces. It's actually quite a complicated braking zone, that one, but yeah. Just give it some time, brake a little earlier if you're not so confident through there. I hope this lap guide's helped you. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in another one very soon.